Today we're going to be talking about Tyla, the 22-year-old Grammy Award-winning South African singer-songwriter. Her music is a fusion of pop, R&B, and amapiano, a South African genre that blends house, R&B, and African dance. Today we will be looking very closely at her beauty habits and routines, as well as analyzing her personal style. Although she is super talented and makes very catchy music, Tyla's beauty does have a lot to do with the success of her career. Before we dive all the way into this video, if you would like to support this channel, please leave a like on this video, definitely leave a comment, share with your friends, and subscribe. You can also become a part of the Queen's Haven on the Beauty and Beyond Patreon to get early access to videos like these and other exclusive content that is for patrons only. We also have the Beauty and Beyond Discord, which is completely free. We already have over 70 women in the Discord who love everything beauty and beyond, so be sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description along with the Patreon link. On this channel, we are also very active in the community tab here on YouTube. The women in our community are from all over the world and are very transparent about their beauty habits, and everyone has a similar goal here of attaining beauty on this channel. So with all of that out the way, let's get right into the video. Tyla's natural hair can be described as fine with medium density. When treated with product, her hair falls under the 3A, 3B category on the curl pattern chart. She has a medium copper colored skin tone with warm neutral undertones. Based on her skincare routine, she seems to have a combination skin type, with her nose, chin, and forehead being more on the oily side. Tyla is 5'3" and seems to have an ectomorph body type, which means she tends to stay thin and it isn't as easy for her to gain weight in either body fat or muscle as much as it is for others. This allows her body to appear very lean and toned, especially when she uses self-tanning products or products that makes her skin really glow. In the world of analytical beauty, Tyla would be categorized as having an ingenue style essence. This means she has a petite or short body type with gentle feminine curves. Her shoulders are rounded and sloping, which also is a common feature for those with ingenue style essence. Along with having a very petite frame, those with an ingenue style essence often have a round or heart face shape, giving their face a very soft appearance. You can tell that Tyla fits this archetype perfectly, as her features are the type that remain delicate and childlike even throughout adulthood. You can notice this in her wide, almond-shaped eyes and her soft, rounded eyebrows that are never really shaped in an arch. Overall, Tyla's beauty aesthetic leans towards a more effortless, dewy, and natural look. She just always looks hydrated, healthy, and as if she doesn't try so hard to achieve that. There is still a bit of edge to her style that offsets this, and it really matches the aesthetic of her music. However, it isn't overbearing or completely obvious. You can see this reflected in the small details of her beauty, like her signature slit eyebrow, her teeth gems, or her nose piercing. It's important to keep in mind that Tyla is an emerging pop star, so her image and her brand is crucial to maintaining her success. No doubt she has personal trainers, coaches, glam teams, nutritionists, and hairstylists that make sure she stays looking her absolute best all of the time. So, since we've already evaluated her specific archetypes, we'll get into how she maintains her beauty according to some in-depth research and from the Joe Berg girl herself. Tyla emphasizes that she makes sure to stretch her body in the mornings. This is really important because not only is stretching very therapeutic and reduces stress, but it increases blood flow in your body and helps with mobility as well. She spends a lot of time dancing and practicing routines with her choreographer, Shea, which I'm sure involves more stretching before and after. The only thing that I could find about Tyla's workout routine is that she definitely has to listen to music while she's in the gym, which is really the case for most people. They are definitely gatekeeping Tyla's gym routine, but in my opinion, just from observation, she really does seem like a Pilates girl. She definitely has that Pilates body. It definitely looks like she focuses on cardio, which is obvious because she dances. And then for performing, she does have to maintain dancing and singing at the same time, Maybe there is some strength training in her routine, but she isn't as muscular as she is lean and cut, so it makes me think she's definitely into Pilates. You can tell she eats clean and she stays hydrated as far as her diet goes. There is also not too much out there on the internet about her personal diet, but she has mentioned that she loves nuts, including pistachios, cashews, and hazelnuts, which are all great sources of protein. She did mention that she used to have a sweet tooth, but she's completely cut out sweets in general. And let me tell you, as you watch this video, there's going to be a lot of midriff showing. I have never wanted to give up sweets more in my life before doing this video. She also mentioned that she eats a South African breakfast called pap, which is a porridge dish made of milled white maize. Pap is high in fiber and protein, but it is a very starchy food with a high glycemic index. So just be aware of that, considering Tyla is definitely a person who doesn't gain weight as easily as others do. So before the fame, loads of traveling and press runs, Tyla says she used to use a gentle baby soap cleanser and just a random moisturizer to take care of her skin. But with the hectic schedule that she has now, she told Vogue magazine that she does need to prioritize a legitimate skincare routine in order to keep up with her image as well as the new hectic lifestyle that she leads. In the interview, she's seen using the Youth to the People Superfood Cleanser. This face wash was so popular back in 2019 through 2021. It's still popular now, but I remember it was sold out at Sephora consecutively and people would bum rush to get their hands on it. And it is a good cleanser, especially for combination to oily skin types. It is a light cleanser, so it doesn't foam up too much on the face. So I would personally recommend using it to double cleanse and then maybe using a heavier cleanser once a week for a deeper cleanse, maybe something like a clarifying cleanser for the face. During this interview, she also had a pimple, but I noticed that she likes to use the decorative pimple patches to combat them, which is something I totally love. This is like one of my favorite trends of this year and last year as well, because having pimples like doesn't need to be such a horror story. And I think it's like kind of reversing the effects. It makes it sort of fun with the little decorative pimple patches. I just thought that was so cute. She had like a magenta colored star. It was adorable, but she also uses the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. And you guys, I have used this before. I've used a lot of the products that she's used, actually. It seems like she gets her products from Sephora or Ulta, so luckily I can speak to the quality of them. So Caudalie is a French brand that uses grapeseed extract in most of their products. It does smell really, really good, like she mentioned, and it refreshes the face as well. It just makes the skin glow and kind of acts as a essence and a toner on the skin. It's a really good product for like glowy and dewy looks, especially for underneath your makeup. She also uses the Welletta Skin Food Original Ultra Rich Body Cream on her face and her body. So as far as her skincare routine goes, it seems like she prioritizes clean brands or brands that use natural and holistic ingredients, which is really important to mention. She does use the Black Girl sunscreen, which I've mentioned before in my Black American Woman video on the Around the World series here on Beauty and Beyond, so you should definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Black Girl sunscreen really is a staple. Like, whoever created this brand is a marketing genius, but she emphasizes the fact that it doesn't leave a white cast. It's really moisturizing, and it's just really important to mention that she does use sunscreen on a daily basis, because out of everything, I do believe sunscreen is the most important when it comes to your skincare routine. So like, if you're not using sunscreen but you're using other products, your entire routine kind of doesn't matter anymore, because you still need to protect your skin from the sun. She also uses Vaseline on her lips as a lip balm, which is more common than people may think. Vaseline is really good for moisturization, especially because it's so mild. If you have sensitive lips, especially like me, Vaseline is usually the go-to. Like, even for myself, I can't wear certain chapsticks because they just overly dry out my lips, or they leave that little white film on top of my lips. I've had some chapsticks like Burt's and Bees break me out all over my face. So Vaseline is always like my go-to. She told Essence magazine that when she's traveling, her must-haves include a trusted body oil, mascara, and a lip gloss. She said that she keeps one in all of her bags in her pockets and she has too many. And she mentioned that she loves glowing and looking moisturized, so she has to have a body oil on her at any time that she takes pictures or when she's performing. The key takeaway here is that she is constantly moisturizing her body. When you constantly moisturize your skin along with staying fit and healthy, it just glows from the inside out. Body oil and body moisturizer is a big thing for Tyla. When she's performing or on stage, in interviews or music videos, her body is just always beaming, like glowing. This is actually something I love personally. To get this glow, she actually combines a bunch of lotions and moisturizers together. And what she uses is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream line, which I actually mentioned in my It Girl video for Summer 2024 must-haves. Definitely check that out. But she does use the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream hand lotion, the body lotion. She uses the body oil and the body shimmer. Not to mention that this line literally smells like heaven. So just side note, there's this woman who goes to the gym at around the same time that I do, and she always has this scent on, and she literally fills the entire locker room with the smell of Brazilian Bum Bum Cream, and it's just heaven in a bottle, honestly. I've also seen that she uses the Vaseline gel body oil, which would make sense because I think that gel moisturizers last super long on the skin and it gives the most radiant and lasting shine. Personally, I love using body gels on my skin because it just makes you glow so much. Some people don't like the texture because it is a really heavy type of texture. It's almost like slugging, but for your body. But it's great because it helps with cellulite, wrinkles, and dimples, because if your skin is dry all the time, you're more prone to damaging your skin. It doesn't stretch as easily if you grow, gain weight, or lose weight. So you lose the elasticity in your skin if you don't moisturize. So it's just so important to keep your body hydrated, to keep your body moisturized. So this is definitely one of my favorite things about her beauty routine. So first of all, before we get into face makeup, I want to say that I definitely think Tyla uses tanning sprays, mousses, or drops something because her skin looks completely airbrushed most of the time, especially when she's in music videos or in interviews, which makes sense because it goes along with her aesthetic of looking glowy and healthy and beachy. I've personally been an advocate for self-tanning for almost a year now, especially for Black women and girls. Fake tanning is used by a lots of pageant girlies and performers in order to make their muscle shadows stand out more. It just makes them look airbrushed and more lean and fit. And she may not do it all the time, but I definitely noticed that airbrushed look in most of her photos and videos. Plus, she usually has tan lines in almost every video I've seen of her. So even if it is a natural suntan, the point is she is definitely tanning most of the time. Going back to that Golden Vogue interview, which has most of the information about her beauty regime, she uses 2 concealers and mixes them. She actually uses some of my favorite concealers, or a couple of my favorite concealers. She uses the Pat McGrath Concealer, which is my ultimate favorite of all the years I've been in the beauty industry, my favorite concealer ever. It's amazing. It has a dewy consistency for like a natural glass skin type of finish. Like you don't even have to set it if you don't want to. But I believe that this is a lightweight buildable concealer as well. And the colors with like in this concealer line is just chef's kiss. The formula is just amazing as well. Pat really did her thing. So she mixes her Pat McGrath concealer with the Too Faced concealer, which is another favorite for me as well. It is more of a full coverage concealer, but it always looks really nice, especially with a full face of makeup. And I do believe that it has a natural finish, so it's like you can use it in tangent with doing a full face of makeup or with natural looks as well. The formula is very blendable and like beautiful. The colors on the Too Faced concealers perfect for warm neutral skin tones. So if you have a warm neutral skin tone, you definitely need a Too Faced concealer. Like, run, don't walk. They definitely put magic in this formula because it's amazing. And I will say, at most Sephora's or Ulta's that I go to, like, this concealer is like always sold out, especially in like the most common colors. So like, get your hands on it if you can. So she mixes these two concealers together to get a more accurate color match for herself. And she uses the very smart method of applying the makeup to the back of her hand and then picking the product up from her hand with a brush. So this technique is actually used by a lot of makeup artists to avoid cakey and unnatural looking makeup. It's really easy for you to get carried away by putting product directly on your face, and then you have to end up blending it out and blending it out further than you really want to. It just really leaves too much room for error. So she picks up the product with a duo brush from what I believe to be the Makeup by Mario line. The brush is literally black and white. It looks just like the Makeup by Mario brush, but the logo wasn't showing, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But she taps the concealer directly under her eyes, and then she sets her concealer with the black Opal setting powder, and she uses the opposite side of that Makeup by Mario brush to set her concealer with the powder. Then she uses a darker version of the same Too Faced concealer to bronze the high points of her face. So she lightly contours her nose also because she really likes that button nose type of aesthetic. And she'll take this color along the jawline and on the forehead as well. She does love a liquid liner. Most of the time you will see her in some type of eyeliner look. If not an eyeliner look, she usually goes for the more cat eye type of lash style. It just makes her eyes more attention grabbing and look a bit bigger and accentuates that slant in the almond shape. It really does bring her eyes forward as well when she does a liquid liner because her eyebrows are a bit more on the bold side, so it creates a nice balance of contrast. She also uses the Charlotte Tilbury Bronzer as a powder contour and Pat McGrath Blush to bring color onto her face. She also uses a Fenty highlighter on the high points of her face as well. And the mascara that she keeps in her purse with her at all times is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. She says that she finds most of her beauty products through TikTok trends, and the telescopic mascara I know was really popular on TikTok at one point in time. She also loves to do a blended lip liner and lip balm or lip gloss combo. She uses a MAC Cosmetics lip liner in the color Cork, and she uses a Laneige sleeping mask as one of her favorite combos. And let me just tell you, I don't think there's any other lip liner that beats the MAC lip liners, especially when it comes to their color range. Normally you can find a lot lip liners that are more on the red or pink side. However, she did mention that she prefers more nudes and browns when it comes to her lips. So it makes sense that she went with a MAC lip liner because their colors do seem to be more on the neutral side. And it makes sense because she does have a very neutral undertone, and then she has like a higher melanin concentration on her lips, especially her top lip. So they're naturally more brown. So it just makes more sense why she would want a more nudie color for her lips for the most part. So overall, for her makeup, she wears pretty natural looking makeup. Maybe foundation and a little bit of extra glam for photo shoots or music videos, but she doesn't heavily depend on makeup to enhance her beauty, which is really nice. It really just goes with her aesthetic of effortless, beachy beauty. Getting into the hair, Tyla's hair aesthetic is more natural than anything else. She sports her naturally curly hair and braided hairstyles more than anything, but she is still very experimental with the way that she wears her hair. There are some instances where she has worn her hair straight, but she doesn't do this too often, probably to preserve her natural curl pattern, as that is mostly on brand for her. When it comes to her curly hair routine, in a TikTok video that she did a while back, it seems like she uses generally affordable products. She uses argan oil on her scalp, before using a coconut miracle oil mask, leaving that on for 30 minutes. Afterwards, she gets in the shower and uses Shea Moisture, Jamaican Black Castor Oil, Strengthen and Restore Shampoo, as well as the conditioner, and she uses a Denman brush to detangle her hair during her wash. She also uses a curl cream while her hair is damp, as well as a leave-in conditioner. She also, of course, like most curly hair girlies do, she uses a diffuser to keep her curls defined. She also mentioned that she loves wearing braids because they're easier to manage than her curly hair, which makes sense, but she also explores her options. So during the Met Gala, she wore a wet and wavy short style wig, and no, she did not cut her hair. That was definitely a wig, so she is not opposed to switching up her hairstyle if the desired aesthetic calls for it. You can also see her sporting a shorter pixie cut in her most recent magazine spread in Dazed magazine. She also uses hair perfume that matches her body perfume, and she usually goes for fresh, light, and airy scents. Getting into her fashion and style, the ingenue style essence creates a really gentle, cute image and overall visual impression of innocence, sweetness, and femininity. However, Tyla does offset this with having a fierce and siren-esque personality about herself, which kind of shows through in her fashion choices. I think this is really what sets her apart and makes her original from the typical ingenue style type. Tyla's fashion is known for being comfortable and really easy to move in, with a modern take on 2000s and late 90s trends. She's also very aware that she's known for showing her waistline and wearing crop tops, which I love that for her. Her stylist definitely pulls from classic Destiny's Child and early Beyonce looks, and they transform it into a very modern and very Tyla kind of aesthetic. So some of her favorite trends include low-rise bottoms, mini skirts, statement boots, especially big, tall, and fluffy boots, midriff bearing two pieces, and really just like a modern Y2K style in general. She did say that she wears outfits that she would have liked to see in the media when she was younger. Tyla's aesthetic also evokes the spirit of an early R&B fashion icon, like I mentioned, Beyonce, and especially Aaliyah. Tyla wore a dress made of sand, inspired by the phrase, the sands of time, and the red carpet's theme, the garden of time. I think this is really where her entire aesthetic just comes full circle. It was a dress made by Balmain. It accentuated her body, which she definitely knows is one of the things that she is known for. Honestly, her marketing team, her stylist, they are all just amazing because of all of the moves that she makes in the industry, including this dress. It just makes complete sense and it's totally on brand. In my opinion, you can see Tyla's style evolve depending on the songs that are the most popular at the time. For example, during the release and heavy promotion of her song Water, she perfectly reiterates this aquatic siren aesthetic in her style. So she wears drapey sheer fabrics. She wears her hair in these beachy bohemian styles. Like I said, it all alludes back to the branding expertise and just keeping everything very signature. And I think this is really what makes her very, very memorable. So let's get into her color analysis. So a color analysis identifies your authentic, most flattering colors, which are the colors that harmonize with your natural palette. So if I were to observe Tyla and determine her color analysis, I would definitely say that like earthy tones, jewel tones, warm colors, and light neutrals are her best colors. And these are the colors that she normally leans towards and wears anyway. So this includes beiges, olives, ambers and rich browns, emerald tones, navy, red, orange, yellow, coral, ivory, etc. I would say that her season aesthetics would lean more towards late summer, early fall. As for her jewelry and accessories, she obviously loves jewelry and accessories. It just looks like she wears a mix of silver and gold most of the time, which definitely makes sense because people with a neutral undertone can kind of do that. It just flatters them a lot. Earlier, I did mention her tooth gems that she wears, which I think is really cool and adds a really nice touch to her smile, as well as just an edginess. She says that she keeps sunglasses in her purse for when she wants to be incognito, but she's not really known for like walking around with sunglasses on. She does, however, need prescription glasses because her eyesight isn't that great, but she doesn't necessarily wear them as a fashion statement, but that's just a little fun fact. Her nails are usually a nude color in an almond shape, and she also decorates her hands with chunky gold rings on multiple fingers. As far as Tyla's inner beauty, she uses candles and sound therapy to kind of mellow her out and keep her relaxed. There's a big emphasis on just positive vibes when it comes to Tyla. She's very family oriented. She says that she loves Netflix and praying and God is very important to her as well. She also says that she gets inspiration for certain styles by creating mood boards. But for fun, she does love reading drama and romance books, and overall, she just has a really likable personality. You can tell that she's really confident in nothing but herself. She's ambitious and family-oriented. You can tell she has a great work ethic as well, not to mention her beautiful, beautiful, beautiful accent. She just looks and sounds and she just gives gorgeous, all around beautiful. So that's really all I have for you all today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm actually going to be doing Bella Hadid next, but let me know who you would like to see in upcoming videos. I'm going to kind of try to create like a celebrity playlist on my channel, and I love doing these types of videos, so whatever other celebrity that you would be interested in seeing a deep dive of their beauty routine, definitely put it down in the comments below. Also, let me know what look is your favorite Tyla look. Honestly, I love them all. But yeah, today is Saturday, June 8th when I'm making this video, so I hope you all are having an amazing weekend. I actually went to the gym for about 2 hours today, and then I went to my pool. I sat in the sun for about an hour tanning, and then I went swimming. So I had a great Saturday actually. So let me know how your Saturday was today. And yeah, I hope you have a great beginning to your week. Bye.
I'm your sister.
Not. Yes.
I'm your cousin.
Anna.
Yes, I'm your cousin.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, you like? Okay, what song you like?
Sophia.
Okay. I was a girl in the village doing alright. Then I became a princess overnight. Now I gotta figure out how to do it right. So much to learn and see. Up in the castle with my new family. In the school that's just for royalty. A whole enchanted world is waiting for me.